least I can press record. Since last time, was it turned upside down? I mean, the problem, I would even automate it actually, but as I say, Stream Deck's being difficult right now. I had thought about that. I might do that. Yeah, so the input for low density structures has appeared randomly out of nowhere. So I did some prep work. I also started prototyping stackers to see what they would look like. So instead of having oriented like this, stack them vertically, something like this. Then it's nice and compact. It's a bit of a long run into there, but I'm sure that's fine. I mean, most of these are pretty slow unloading materials. I think stone might be a problem. Actually, stone. Come to think of it, that is a problem. Somewhere along the lines, I forgot about that. Oh yes. More importantly, this had some time to run. Oh yeah, this became 416 as well. I did that as soon as after yesterday. I've converted these all over to 416. More importantly, this thing's full of modules. I stopped it so you could actually see it run. It'll send both of them on their way. Don't go down that little derple of double track. Yeah, I added more room for more tracks and everything there too. So that's the last two sciences. Can appreciate them finishing now. Another random side note, the started uranium's gone. Managed to use it all up. And actually used a decent chunk of this one too. Gonna need the, oh geez, that one's gone. I'm actually noticing patches are disappearing very fast. They're disappearing in a pretty great hurry. I think it was production science first. Huh. Apparently I forgot something. Forgot something very important. Idiot over there. Let's say it was going to be a Factorio 2 day. When I was figuring it, it was, and then I was looking at it, looking at how close this base was to launching a rocket, and I didn't want to slow down this base until the rocket launches started. Helps to set the filters, doesn't it? So we're going to push the rocket launches today, and then we can start slowing down on this base because it's basically maintenance and bottleneck chasing once the rockets start launching on this one. So you just go around the block while I program these. Yeah, I figured that I could probably do it in one if I give it one more session. Right, how are we looking? In go the furnaces and the modules. Out come the purples. You have a very needy cat this morning. Cats are always needy every morning, aren't they? 5k? Just 5k purples a minute? Sounds very reasonable. I also took the liberty of cancelling the research, that way the labs could preload. Hasn't seen you in 2 weeks. That'll be a very needy cat then. That should be pretty well 8k. Yeah, 8.4, 8.5. Perfect. Military. We're here now. Comes the military components. So yeah, we'll still be doing this base, but it'll be a lot less. Like, we might do... What was the research? It was artillery range. There it goes. Military's starting to spin up. 400 grenades a minute. 8,000. Well, it should get up to 9,000, maybe a bit more. Because it's a very quick craft, this one. I did fix it. It's kind of important. Excellent. Grenade should be making quite a bit. Yeah, 3k, that's way more than what it needs. I think it only needs like 2.8. You can see most of them aren't even going. You see it devouring the coal though. Hours power? Probably about, yeah, still about 20. Because the beacons are so dominant, everything else doesn't really affect it now. So next time I'm on definitely will be Factorio first. And then we'll probably switch to like 2 hours of this and then Factorio. That's what I'm thinking. Excellent. How long until you run out of stuff? Nope, it's churning out the wall. Look at the wall go. Actually, how far? We can actually see how fast the wall. 6k, nearly 7,000 wall a minute. Ridiculous. There's still ingredient shortage though. Got 6 inputs and there's an ingredient shortage. How much does a train hold? What is it? It's each train is all of the stacks. So what is 200 by 40 by 8, whatever that is. It's like a 64? Yeah, 64k. Oh yeah, I started bringing these wires here down to change up this system a little bit. I'm not convinced of this thing. This thing, I think, isn't going to be enough. Just a dumb sequencer. If the wrong train goes through, then there's going to be problems. I think some of these trains are actually stuck too. Yeah, they are. Yes, this blue one's stuck at the minute. It won't unload. Red ammo productivity build? Oh, I mean, this thing is a work of art in its own right. That's actually just sinking belts of red and greens right there. Sinking so much. I mean, this thing is impressive in its own right. Furnaces go. I actually see some gaps in the stone. The thing I'm worried about with these belts is the gaps in the belt. That is a problem. Okay, that's starting to move. Now, the next problem is the iron supply over here. Bad Boy Nut System, how you doing? How good is it to finally have summer for a few days? I don't I like heat, but I don't like heat at the same time. I mean, it's nice. So for those who don't know, it's going to be what 28, 29 degrees today or this weekend. Streamlabs broken, apparently. Stream Deck is broken as well. The integration isn't working. Alright, next. No, wait. I'm holding off on that train for a reason. I don't want these filling up until we get this connected. It was already a bit warm overnight for me. Although I think I need to reacclimatize myself to the warmer weather. Because it's been so cold for so long. Right, so I want to change up this a little bit. So I've got this having rocket fuel coming up from the bottom. I'm going to switch it around so it comes down from the top and maybe bring these closer to the production. I'm also going to get rid of this because it's in the way. Yeah, 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. Gonna be 28 today, and I think 20 is it's like just Saturday, Sundays, like 28, 27 or 29, 30. I don't remember. Somewhere between 28 and 30. So quite warm. Which is generally the way it goes for October. October starts warming, usually starts warming up. At some point we're going to get some crazy hailstorm. Usually happens in October. So it varies. September, October, maybe into November. Happens more or less every year. Spring here, particularly down here, is very, very turbulent as far as weather goes. What I could do, or what I'm thinking, doesn't work. Okay. Generally means compressor. Like compressor to exchange heat inside one room to from one heat from one room to heat in another room, which happen where the other room happens to be outside. Okay, so what I was thinking doesn't actually work as well as I thought it would. Armando, hey doing? This different font in the chat is driving me insane. Suddenly got a different font, as well as the wrong colours. So yeah, I was thinking rocket fuel maybe could go from the top. But I don't see that working. Speaking of not working. Well, first things first, let's plug in the input of this thing, because it's easy and we'll get it out of the way in no time. 2 hours later. Sure. You'll be... It's blue circuits, isn't it? Yes, blue circuits. That'll be reds, that'll be greens, and it'll be blues again. I've got to remind myself how many of each it needs. I think it's 16. That's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh? 11? Just had to look at that for a moment. 12? 13? 14? 15? And 16. Okay. That means there are 16 belts of green and red circuits and 32 belts of blues. What's the last stream vote? What happened? I got a gifted sub. I was gifted was in the stream. If it falls, Twitch keeps track of a list of candidates in descending order, and you don't necessarily have to be in the stream to get the gifted sub. It's interesting. It starts really getting weird. It starts really getting weird if it runs out of people who have visited. Like if there's more gifted subs than there are visitors that have ever visited the channel. Because then it starts handing out to friends of people who are gifted subs who are, highly people who have been in the channel for a long time. Then their friends start getting gifted subs and things like that. It does appear as though a lot of the bots are blacklisted, though. yeah, everyone watching had one, so it started rolling through to people who were regular visitors, and then so well, it hasn't got desperate enough to start handing out to the known bots yet. Actually, it's even with the crazies to gift subbing, that hasn't happened yet, or hasn't happened. Apparently, a lot of the bot accounts are blacklisted, so they'll never get gifted. Is that 16? 16. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just gonna park it like down here. Ironically, I can actually do a similar dealio to what's here. So plan for today, finishing rock. Yeah, so in fact, I'm gonna steal all of this. I'm gonna need 4 unloads, 2 for. I stole the wrong one. I need this one. Eated the wrong one. Yeah, I need 4 unloads. 4 launches per minute, 8 launches per minute is the goal for this base. Where was my mark? There. God dang it. Where is... Ah, there it is. Some peanut here didn't fill in all the water. Yeah, well, you can have an underground right there. Just as a permanent reminder. The madman. I mean, 8,000 signs a minute. That 9 or 10. It's actually 16 silos. 16 silos. It's 2 eights. So each lane of 8 gets 2 silos. I think it's 12 silos is the bare minimum for 8A beacon. Huh. Oop. Just ran out of power. As long as they stay on the network, it's fine. I guess the only thing for it is to start bringing... Oh, I'm out of belt. Never mind. Alright, tell you what, while we're... Oh... Oh, I sent you to one of them. Oh. Hmm. I need to have like a transfer station there. I'm gonna have to move this thing, aren't I? Yeah, I was thinking this would be a nice, peaceful little artillery production site. It isn't anymore. It's gonna have to go... Yeah, it's probably have to go up like there or something again. Like where I said I was gonna put it. The place is too crowded now. Think... Go to the ME one. For now. I think I had a crisper overnight. Just a small one. All the trains. Coal, steel, copper train, oil. There's the supply train, which is bottlenecked. Ammo and walls. How many trains have been moved? And yes. Haven't received anything. Yeah, for now, the 2 lane's keeping up, but it's not going to last forever. A lot of jelly beans there. I should add some switching to that. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to unjam now. The problem is the outposts are still within the bounds of the base area. That'll stop being a problem when the outposts push out. Oh yeah, I moved this one too over to here. Get rid of that patch. It's already making a decent effort on that patch. It's an interesting loader design, this thing. I don't know if it's particularly effective though. What does this say? Minimum etc. activity. There's a lot of cuts in the belt though. There's a lot of cuts in the belt. Yeah, those are splitters. Those indeed are splitters. So the idea of having the balancing only at the outpost means that the splitters need to exist at the outpost. It's the only place they can exist. I'm not entirely sure which is more effective, if they're doing this bot thing or the belt. I'm inclined to say the belt is probably better, but it's considered certainly slower. Hey, Tuckabee, how you doing? How you been? Been keeping well? I need more of these trains. Stuck in the oil base. Oh, coal, of course. Coal. Because the coal train's only really ever going to deliver to like the top 2 or 3 stations. Finally leave your house again? Not yet, but getting closer. Oh, I got stuff again. Oh, why are you complaining? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's a train. Alright, it's all clear. It's just this. Well, you need balancing to evenly fill the train's cargo. So the train won't fill to full unless the incoming ore is balanced. So somewhere along the chain, you need a balancer. And the idea of this base is you balance at the very beginning where the outpost is, because we always balance there anyway. And then you just what we're doing is maintaining the balance all the way through by never actually shuffling things around ever again. It's kind of a crazy idea. Crazy concept. Uh, this one's blues, isn't it? So blue to there. And the next one there. One underneath here comes to there. Yeah, we're onto RCUs. We're pretty much onto the final pass. Or how many splitters? Good question. 696. Admittedly, it's like 20 at every major base. It's like 1,000 splitters. Only 400 have been built and 411 have been deconstructed. So most of them, subtract those two and that'll tell me how many are still on the map. So there's not many on the map. Compared to 313,000 that have been built and 120. So there's about 200,000 something still on the map. It's pretty good. Things considered. No, that's not right. That should be that one. So if I sequence these right, when I do blues first and last, then everything's in order. So if I go top one blue, then red, then green, then blue again, everything almost giggity splitters. It's one off, isn't it? It's a literal one off giggity. How many inserters minimum would it take to load a train? On the bare minimum is 1. The practical limit is about 3. Hey, Rain! Coming on in with that 19-month. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype. And snugged in chat for Rain there with a 19-month. And a honk too. And 1 snipes. There it is. Gotta have your honk. Yeah. I wish I was recording Among Us yesterday. It was amazing. I don't know why I just thought of it, but it was the best. I killed someone in the skilled map. I killed someone in electrical right round started, vented into medical on top of someone who was on the medbay scanner, and then someone else was walking in at the same time. And somehow I got away with it. It's unbelievable. Wish I had a recording of it. I've gone into the wrong one. Oop. There. Among Us can be a pain at times though. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For those who didn't see, I joined in on Ika's game after we raided him yesterday. So if you're watching, you would have seen that. Or you wouldn't have seen it from his perspective, but you would have been able to see the goings-ons. That's good reason to hang around after a raid, if you can. I realise for most people it is a little late though. Won't be quite as late after daylight savings tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. How many do you have? Oh, you have 3 trains. Ah, 9, 5. I got some redistribution to do, it seems. I think every stop's meant to have 2 trains. Which system? I think I missed something. And 4. And 4 has one few. And 4. There's going to be a little bit of shuffling trains around, I think, for a little while. Yeah, see, there's generally enough room for 2 trains. There's not enough room for 3. Certainly not enough room for 2 trains on that few mining drills. Close are you? 15. You're nowhere near. Or outpost having only 2 belts and a balancer allocated to it. That would be a really slow outpost. That might be a problem. So this base needs about 500,000 iron ore a minute. So we can say that if an outpost is limited to 2 belts, then you would need that many outposts divided by 500,000. Which I'm kind of curious. What is that? 400. Yeah, I need 100 discrete outposts to service that. Fortunately, if 500,000 divided by 10,800. So if I was to go to 4 lanes, now you're only, which is what it is. It would only be 46, something like that. Yeah, 47 outposts of iron ore. That's why I'm sort of not leaning on belt outposts there, because a bot outpost can do way more than that, particularly early on. Thinking. What does Will do? It does 8 lanes, which should be about 20 outposts. Why only 8 satellites launched? I only ever launched 8 satellites so far from the starter base. Only ever launched 8. I mean, still building the science base. Well, I haven't actually finished building it yet. It's kind of how it goes. Alright, you just roll forward there for me, please. Come back round. Cool, thanks. I mean, we're almost there. Almost got the base up and running. Problem is, I'm waiting on belt. Hopefully this network has some built. Fairly certain it does. Alright, that's cleared that. What do you have? You have belt. Good. Yeah, now there's only 2 there, so it won't clog. Oh, that one's not quite long enough. Hey, one of them is full up on military. I might need one of those flippity floppity things over here on this. Because they're all unloading on, yeah. So that way I can get that blue train out of there. You know what? Come round to there. I got 8 belts so far. Hooray. 24, 36, 40. There we go. Is this the largest science build I've gone for? Solo, yes. The largest cooperative one I've done was 120,000. Kind of a bit of a step up, that one. That one kind of doesn't count, though, because that was spread across, what, like 40 servers? Something like that. That was Crastorio, not Crastorio, what's it called? It wasn't called, there was the Gridlock one, which was slightly different. I can't think of what it was called now. Clustoria, that's it. One loader per outpost. Or thinking of a modular system which could be implemented the same. One way or another, you got to have a traditional 8 belts into an 8-lane balancer. Yeah, the gridlock was the second one. Trying to remember the original. The original mod was called Clustorio. Wouldn't mind doing something like that again. Let's have a... Yeah, that's our marker. Did I quit the Red Circuit Crastorio space thing? No? The problem is that I wanted this space done a week ago. I wanted to be at this stage a week ago. And yeah, I've been trying to play catch up since. This space is way behind my schedule of things. Close one far away. Problem with the Crastorio is they haven't really started it yet. Kind of worried that I'm too far behind now, effectively. Because I think everyone's in space now. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to doing more Crastorio, because that is a fun mod. But yeah, I didn't want to sort of commit, like the majority of the time to that when I leave this one hanging. So I wanted this one to at least launch, and then once we've launched, well, once we got all the signs going in this base, then we're in bottleneck chasing mode, which is where things sort of slow down, even though they actually speed up. They have joined in space. Status arrest. Yeah, I don't know what anyone's up to. Probably biggest thing with Red Circuit is they're all in sort of business European times, working day European times. So I don't really see the majority of them. Which is a bit of a pain. Righty. Conveniently, I actually got the spacing about right there. I'm going to see if I can pull these closer to shorten that belt. I didn't copy it. Helps to actually copy it. It's amazing how effective undergrounds are amazing at saving build. Is me or is font? It has changed. It seems to be a more system font now, or like a more Windowsy font now. If anything, a more I think it's I actually don't know what font it is. It's noticeably harder to read. I will give it that. So why is that full and this one not? But I took it from the same side. Oh, okay. Just copy paste errors. Just little copy paste errors here and there. Good to know. But my current problem with BTTV is even though it's on, it's not actually doing anything. It's not changing fonts or anything. In fact, if I go to and actually see, yeah, readable colors is on. Turn it off. Turn it back on. There, it switches, but it doesn't update new colors as they come in. In fact, the readable colors don't do anything anymore. Like I saw it switch, but it won't, and now it won't switch either way. Like it won't change the color. Guessing because they're pushing the update, it's causing problems. Alright, you know what? Starting to bother me. It's like a belt poisoning thing. Could probably bunch those up, but I will. Three, 6, 9. Oh man, there's actually not that much space left over. Oh, I was actually using a belt. I was going to say, didn't I copy and paste? No, I didn't. I was just painting a belt randomly. I know there is a setting to enable ghosting, but it's more annoying than useful. I've tried using it. It's kind of it's just annoying. Yeah, what I'm going to do is ghost these down, then just leave it for a little while. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Three. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there's 2 missing. Current family format list is... How about they go? That's a big list. My line height was increased. So it is bigger. Oh, that was actually right about the limit of... That's right on the money for... I think. 2? No, it isn't. I need more space. Oh, I'm sad now. Here I was thinking I got it perfect, but no, it's slightly off. Well, you can have the privilege of some undergrounds. I don't have the regular build to do it. No space. Hey, Hikio, how you doing? Alright, I get to pick the whole thing up and move it down to there. Then I get to find out where the water hole is. Rediscover it. I think, Friday it is. I think... maybe while that's happening I might jump over to rocket fuel or something else. So how are you looking? So purple's still at 4. It's purple, like, it's probably purple's lacking... Hope you're still... How are you still not right? Alright, because that's only 4. Alright. I need like a stone transfer point or something. Mind you, while I'm at it, there it is. Let's grab some of them. And some landfill. A puddle of water there. How is that complaining? Oh, there. It's fine. can deal with that. Factorio Dep is definitely using Robert as the chat font. Robert's chat font. That's the system font, isn't it? Alright, let's leave that. Also, while we're at it, ooh, more stuff has been built, sort of. I mean, I'm probably not helping my cause by building more of this stuff over and over again. Like, this is more belt drain, but at the same time, eh. How's copper? Copper's really, really under the pump. Another thing I need to do is expand the, yeah, see, the red circuit drain is real. There's a lot of, that's chasing the bottleneck though. We'll leave that for now. And booby anime mobile game, gotcha game was appropriate to play before in Factorio. Well, YouTube does the same thing. I'm actually not seeing as many of those lately. Oh, it's Roberto. That's right. You think about it in terms of full blue belts of resource? Mostly, yeah. I try and keep it as... I try and lump everything together in terms of how many blue belts it takes. Although in the case of a lot of these builds, because of the way I'm building it, a lot of it is... I don't have to because it's divided by 8. Everything's divided by, like... I use Factorio Lab to get the overall numbers, and then divide that by 8 to see how many of everything is needed. And generally it's worked out to be like one build of everything. I suppose it still comes down to the same thing. Like, the Factorio Lab tells me that dividing the sulfur by 8 into blue science is a half belt all the way through. YouTube Premium so that YouTube people can get some money. Someone's getting money. It's and it's mostly YouTube. Coal. I mean, coal drain is pretty big. Alright, so I think it's time to take on the big one. It's just so far down. It's ridiculous. So what's broken over here? Oh. Huh. Let's not have requested chests. There you go, it makes sense. Yeah, I need to tank on this thing, but as the next. This is what I mean. The big thing is this thing. Rocket fuel. Oh, it pays more than AdSense. That's 14 a month for 6 people. That is, yeah, about that. About that. That's yeah, 4. Making sure. Making sure. I always struggle with rocket fuel builds. This is why. So the reason why I always stall on and delay rocket fuel builds is I'm never quite sure how to do them. Apparently I copied all that too. All that error. You see the heavy oil disappearing. Definitely using Rabbit as a font. E circle. Yeah. I I mean BTTV we can just change it. I actually prefer the font Streamlabs uses. What do I have actually? What do I think I have Chatty set to Arial or something. Uh, Message. Yeah, set to Arial. What was it previously? I don't know. Chatty had a horrible font, so I tended not to look at it. I haven't found one that's particularly good. Good old Arial or this PC font. That Arial and Times New Roman. Yeah, that's the Comic Sans. Impact. Oh. Helvetica? Helvetica. How do you not have Helvetica? No wonder I never said it. You don't have Helvetica. That's a bit crap. Times New Roman was like the original businessy, legally font. That's horrible. I need to stop. I also need to stop doing um, playing around with stuff because it's not getting stuff. Not getting this stuff done. As much fun as it is playing around with fonts in Chatty and analyzing the new font, I kind of need to do this uh, because this needs to get done. Otherwise, I'll never get to Factorio. Distracting? It's basically your job to distract me. See, the more you distract me, the less Factorio you get, apparently. I might as well pipe this up. Send it into here. Because JD needs our help. JD's beyond help. Can he be helped? I think we can finish this up before the dual launch set to 2 hours. Oh, that could be tight. I don't even know if these two pipes can actually carry all of the gas and solid fuel this will produce. The gas and light oil, I mean. Huh. Yeah, I always struggle with these sorts of builds. It's kind of why I avoid doing them, admittedly. Right, I'll just make sure I have at least one. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Oh, even less than. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get to it in 2 hours and 2 minutes. That could be a stretch. Like this. So I need the rocket fuel, need the control units, and then I need the satellite components and the satellites still. So like I might be launching by the end of this session at best. Hi Penguin. Also. I saw the comment but I didn't see the name before. You were streaming too, you were doing some eco. How'd that go? Also Negi appeared too while we're at it, while we were distracted. There goes all my windows. The amount of windows I have layered to avoid to make to see everything. It's like I got OBS layered on top of the dashboard. It's sort of half and half. Like one sits over the other, and then chat is underneath that. I really need another monitor. I've needed another monitor for a very long time, really. Probably didn't need to go to the trouble of Matthew for that. Alright. 1 unit of full beacon solid fuel. I don't have 6 monitors. I only have 2 on my PC, and then there's a TV connected to the third one. I suppose I could put the dashboard on the third one. It also occurs to me that so if there's 16 silos and I have a train unload into 16 belts, that's 2 belts per wagon to make the 16. A train carries 400 rocket fuel per wagon. That's only 200 rocket fuel per silo per delivery. There's going to be a lot of rocket fuel trains. I might make them 416s. How many GPUs run 6 screens? I mean, for the most part, it'll still be one. It's just you need a pretty heavy duty one to actually do it. I'm gonna go 8.8, I think. In all honesty. Right, one there. Up to 8K speed. We're up to rocket fuel. RCUs, in progress. In progress. It's bottlenecked on belt. It's waiting for belt to get delivered. There was a few traffic jams earlier. 3. That's 8. 8. End of GPU. Oh, that'd be big. The The big multi-panels. Okay, so there's enough room for 3. 4, actually. I'm going to go with a 4. Actually surprised that that worked out as well as it did. I'll push it up 1. Yeah, those LED panels are all network controlled, aren't they? Like you have a computer that receives the signal over network. Neil. I need Excel. Team Steelix at one point in time? Yes, I was. And then the red circuit thing happened. Now I'm conflicted. Run to solid fuel rather than because the light's got to go. The petroleum's got to go somewhere. I mean, refineries make all 3. You can crack the heavy to light, but the gas has got to go somewhere. That's a bunch of... Ooh. Coming out and saying it. I don't really get to see much of them anymore. That fuel is explicit. Yeah, so I don't do big blob mega refineries. I do smaller self-contained builds. Yeah, so like plastic up here is refineries just for plastic, so all of it gets converted into plastic, plus a little bit of lubricant on the side. But yeah, so small self-contained, it's so much easier to manage. And the idea is you just like there's a little bit of loss, but in the scheme of things, doesn't matter. It's basically nothing. So yeah, and the end result is all of the oil, all of the gas gets used up pretty consistently, or it does get used up consistently. Like I will be making it with light oil as well, but I put the petroleum gas at the end of the line. That way it gets used up. And yeah, so this same build will get repeated 5 times. 5 times, I think. Yeah, 5 times. I think it worked out to. Steelix was essentially Anti and Friends Factorio speedrunning. It's they're focused on the one task. They're focused on that specifically, and Anti removed me because I wasn't speedrunning. That's basically what it came down to. There wasn't any drama or anything. It just said, "Hey, you still speedrunning or anything like that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really keen on it anymore." I've done a lot of the speedruns on Vector, and I kind of can't really get into it anymore. Oh, I was getting Excel open. Unfortunately, I can't show you Excel because all my buttons are not working. Because Stream Deck is being difficult. I think that I don't know what's doing it. Either it's a Windows update, or actually the Windows update hasn't actually done its update yet, come to think of it. So I don't know what's going on with the Stream Deck. It's just being difficult. If you take 20 in... Okay. Wheel. So if I have... Are these numbers still there? 8.55, and I think I have 8. 8, yep. So the stream deck needs to move one tile to the left. I can move it a little bit to the left. On the desk. There you go, I moved it one tile to the left on the desk. Yeah, doing the same thing over and over gets really... Like, I have a hard time staying on one... Like, if I start doing one thing over and over again, I very quickly get sick of it. And that's why I keep changing what I do in the game. One off and one job. One off doesn't get anywhere near as much love as it should. 5, 8.1, we have 8 of them. That produces 58,684 gas. Alright, let's go back to that. What did I say? 58,684 gas. These are 4.55. 0.55, that's slightly... Oh no, I think I'm thinking of... Yeah, that's full beacon. So 4.55. Craft time, I think, was 2. I always forget what the craft time of solid fuel is. Oh, I'm so far down on my list of things. Try again. 4.55, 1, 2, 1.3. Input is 20. Have we finished? Hey, Spellmaster. We're working on rocket fuel right now. So this is the last. This is the. So Twitch has new ads. So Twitch has pulled in a huge bunch of new ads. They've significantly improved their fill rate. I didn't see a Stream Deck update. I think there's an OBS update pending. 28. I've completely blanked out on what I said it was. Rocket fuel, rocket oil. 58,687. 58,687. 22. 21? 21 does 57, so 22. Fortunately, that's not really divisible by 4. It is divisible by 3, however. Dip them in barbecue sauce anymore? So 1 more. Yeah. So that'll consume all the rocket, the petroleum gas. There. I mean, this will more than consume all the petroleum gas. Sort of, it's mainly just there to exist. I'm gonna pull pipe. Appreciates differences, lots of anime boobs. I haven't seen any anime ones. Usually get the lately I've been getting those on YouTube. They're like little usually it's placeholder. You know, where you have a video ad instead of a an actual video. It'd be one of those real obvious top-heavy genetic defect anime clicker game. I guess what was the term? Top-heavy genetic anomaly. That's it. The whole anime, that whole anime thing's really getting out of control, though. That's one way of putting it. It's a pretty hilarious way of putting it, in all honesty. Anime needs to be stopped. Big anime. The follow-up question is, how do I get this light oil down? Hmm. Suppose I could go down there. There we go. And there goes all of the petroleum gas. Just like that. Out there. Actually pretty reasonable. And do like the way it's just churning out solid fuel already. Maybe that's targeted. Yeah, they very much are targeted. Yeah, Prime already? I've been getting a lot of Prime videos. Most of them are things that I couldn't care less about watching. So I don't know why they're showing. I mean, maybe I'll watch The Boys? There's a few other shows though that, yeah, it's just trash. I have heard The Boys is pretty good, having said that. So I'd give it a go at some point. I need to actually invest the time and effort into sitting down and watching though. I wonder how many booster pumps this is going to need as well. Hmm. Worth the time? I might do that tomorrow. In my day off. So the real follow-up question is... Oh, it's piped to ground. Real follow-up question is, how many of the light to solid fuel do I need? So what's the new episode? I'm gonna have to start from the very beginning. The last thing I watched on Prime was that stupid Hoax show. Or telemovie, whatever the hell you want to call it. Horrible. So dumb. I think I gave up after the first hour. Just the same dumb sketch over. It's basically the same dumb sketch over and over again. Exact same thing. Just copy paste. Ad nauseum. Oh, the spacing's different. Can't have that now, can we? There. Solid fuel, solid fuel. I just needed to bring chemical plants. Don't really watch any series. Didn't see Game of Thrones. Like movies more than the boys are good. R-rated. Binge watch. Okay, so going back to the spreadsheet. Oil calculator. Sure, I had a sheet which did the rocket fuel. Yeah, I sorta do. Sorta. This isn't right. Expanse boys. Carnival Row. Yeah, I don't really watch anything. The problem for me is I don't really watch anything anymore. Pulling lubricant out of this. I've also done that before. I pulled lubricant out of, like I've used the heavy oil to make lubricant out of rocket fuel. Have I said rocket fuel gas? Gas to solid fuel. Light to rocket fuel. It's light to, supposed to be light to, oh, something's missing. It's negative. You shouldn't have negative numbers in your production. That's not a good sign. A fish counter? Well, I did have, do I still have it? There it is. I mean, I did have this one. Actually, I could park it over here. Did I ever build it? I don't think I did. There you go. I mean, there is 51,000 fish in the network right now. Yeah, now that I cleared out that artillery shell thing, I can put this down. Just wait for that to build. Right. My thing for doing this is broken. Right, in terms of light, we get 48,000? 48,000 plus 26,000. So we get so we're at 76,000 light oil per minute. Term paid over just as many fish. You'd be surprised for me to say. You'd be surprised that I actually haven't paved over that many fish. Probably only paved over like a few hundred fish. I know I've paved over a few, but it's not many. Am I going to make them a Spidertron? Spidertrons are a pain to make, because you've got to equip them all individually. And I've already made like 10. Oh yeah, I'm not denying that I have paid for over a few fish, but it's nothing in comparison to how many I've saved. Keep in mind that when I did landfill of that lake, I did actually scoop up all the fish. I could just build Spidertron, that's true. And that one. I grabbed all the fish from that one, and that one, and that one. And that, oh yeah, I don't know if anyone saw that. I trimmed the landfill that there. in preparation. Then I was like, you know what? It annoys me that this isn't straight, so I ended up straightening it. Oh dear. All in an effort to get things done. So what did I say it was? It was 70 shadow or something. 74,000. Killing biters gets to be boring after a while. Yeah, 74,000. I keep seeing this reflection moving off the gloss finish on the screen. Not sure what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's just trees moving around or because it's really windy outside or something. Now back to that sheet. Unfortunately, I can't show the Excel as I was saying before. But like the Stream Deck won't let me push the button to do it. It just complains. 4.552, 1.3. The 24 takes 65,000. So no more than. Well, I aim for about 24. Oh, that's about 24 right there. I might leave room for more, however. I don't know how much the rocket fuel itself is going to take, so I might just overbuild it slightly. A teeny bit of overbuild. Teeny tiny bit of overbuild. In worst case scenario, this thing has quite a balancing act to it. So if I do get it wrong, it's not going to work very well. I also need to see I see how much of it actually fit on a single lane. I might have overcooked the lanes, come to think of it. Hmm. 2 to 1. I don't normally do 8-8 beacon rocket fuel builds. Can I get away with a compact full beacon? Assembly machine. Copy one of these so I get the prod mods. Oh, and a damaged one. So many different oil build, like one to each item. It's a lot easier to maintain. If it was one big oil build, it would be the fluid would never the pipe throughput would just be nowhere near enough. Like imagine, like I still need all of these refineries. This is legitimately how many refineries I need. It needs like 120 refineries total. So I need this many refineries anyway. And at full beacon, you really can't get much more through. Like even this is tight on throughput. It's really at the limit. You really can't have more than 7 full beacon refineries without running into problems. big, small. Yeah, it's same as what I can't think. Mazuri was saying yesterday is it's better to have a standardized smaller build and then repeat that instead of having one massive one. Rocket fuel. And then that way you just copy and paste the build instead of copy and paste that build instead of uh, trying to expand what you already have. Some complicated Rube Goldberg build. Everything's tileable as rail connected. That is true. This is what I'm thinking of. Something like that. Can't push it that way. Actually, what if I offset these? Then doesn't really matter. Because it needs the 3 tile gap there. Like it needs to exist like that. How many did that have? 18. 6, 9, 12, 18. This is what I would call a very well ratioed build. Yeah, rocket fuel, one of those ones which I've never really been able to successfully and consistently ratio. Go down there now too. Oh, I just saw in oil builds. Factorio Worship, Season 2. Big one there, send barrels. That's an old one that isn't really possible anymore. Because of the barrel change. Rackstar with a stair. I'm gonna have to put that one on hold, unfortunately, because of the Stream Deck problems. Like the whole camera thing just isn't working properly, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. I know you're really looking forward to that stair, but I can't make it work today, unfortunately. Blame Stream Deck, that's all I can say. All Stream Deck's fault. I can't even show you this. I can't even go spreadsheet time. That's how bad it is. Ripped off. I know. Oh. Tell you what, when we go for the break, I'll see if I can fix it. See if I can make it work. How is this looking? Oh, you ran out of power. That's not good. No good if you don't have power. All good. Hoping all of the bots will leave. How much rocket fuel per second? A lot. You look for the little golden koala below the chat, below where you send message, and it should show you the Twitch channel currency, which is koala coins. And yeah, it's the little koala icon. You can click on that, and then you can redeem. You can redeem highlight message, random emotes, name in game or stare. There they go. And there go the rest. Excellent. That means you can get rid of all them now. And the bots are going to build this for me. So how much more than a blue belt have I built here? 16. How much over am I? Output 1... What did I say it was? 16. So I have 2,839. So I actually only just barely have enough for a blue belt. Remove the barrel, and just go straight to 3 train light petroleum lube. Oh, so your oil comes in, and then the oil, like the light oil and petroleum gas comes out. Oh yeah, that's another way of doing it. I'm not a fan of that one. I prefer to do a few extra steps along the way, like plastic, like turn it into something, so I don't have to handle fluid like any of the other fluids. Hey, Spellmaster's back. I like to just handle the one fluid and be done with it. I don't like handling further fluids, except for maybe sulfur, or sulfuric acid. But this time I decided to make sulfuric acid on site. And you're missing inserters. Worth a try. Try on your base, see how it works. Yeah, give it a go. It does help with like balancing out the fluids. It still has. You still end up with something like this in the end. Yeah, it could work. Like barrels, wish they were more viable in some way. I wish they were still viable like they used to be, because the best build used to be a. I don't think I have a map I can show it. But there was a Mad Zuri build which was really good. It did everything you needed, and it was all self-contained barreling. One optimization I would do to it is I would sit it on a lake now. TSM mod? Oh, that would actually... Transportation alignment. It's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, it does switch at the solid fuel. Can't help but notice... Ah, Mario. Tell me, Mario. What does AK Megabase mean? Build Mega, put on little chain rockets? Yes, that's what it means exactly. Barreling lube. Sometimes you just gotta have some barrels of lube. You know what's funny is that when this base actually finally runs, it will in one cycle it will launch double the number of rockets it's already launched. Slippery slope? It is, isn't it? Especially been handling barrels of lube all day. I'm terrible. Not as terrible as Spellmaster if he started it. Yes, give me your things, please. You definitely started it, didn't you? You said it was a slippery slope. Ooh, look at you flickering away like a madman. That's not good. It needs a bit of a a high-low on it, a hysteresis on it. Aha! We're almost done. Excellent. Very good. I think go on the assumption. Oh. Well, you're gonna need the end again. That part. Barrel water is always a great idea. Used to do that with the old barrel build as well. We'd barrel in everything. We'd have a massive barreling, water barreling build to fuel it. That's the thing. That's why I say there was the one thing I'd do differently, is I wouldn't barrel the water anymore, because that's a huge optimization to be made. It was the staple of all of the Colonel Will playthroughs for the longest time. You have your solid fuel. K2 FE base. Oh yeah. I had to use make barrels great again. Make barrels. Make barrel great again. To make that work. Otherwise, it was like 16 belts of barrels. Better than pipes, or was it back before pipes? It was. Oh, pipes are always around. It was when barrels. It was before the tanker wagon. The problem is the barrels used to hold 250 fluids. They stack in 10, and then in a train wagon they stack in. You get 40 stacks. So that was, what was it? It was like 125,000 or something. Or was it 80,000 or something? Fun time with the barrel update he needed. Yeah, that's right. His sending supporters to space base needed it. Can't but notice a lot of these aren't running. Oh, because the belt's turned. Yeah, a train wagon held like 100 or 100. Oh, it's 100,000. Yep. It was more than a tanker wagon. And then tanker wagons came along with 75,000, and then Kavorik's rage quit on the idea of tank wagons having the split inventories. And then reduced it down to 50, which was kind of silly. I say kind of, it was actually pretty dumb. 16 and 10. Or the better thing to do would have been decrease the stack size of the barrels to 5. Then the barrels would have been way less dense. Like bring the fluid storage from 25 to like 45,000. How much oil was lost during the... I don't think that much was actually lost. In the scheme of things. Unless you had, like, a really significant quantity of barrels. Like, I get that some of the... Technically, it is deleted, but in the scheme of things, I'm pretty sure it's not making any dents on the light oil. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I get that it's some station right where I need the switch. You're asleep? Go to bed then. Bells and barrels had greater throughputs. Cut out sometimes, or is it just Twitch? It's probably Twitch. There were some CDN issues yesterday. That wouldn't surprise me. They're rolling out a lot of changes. I mean, I haven't had any drop frames. Like several streams in. How the hell am I going to get that in there? This thing needs to be over there. So people having issues? Yeah, CDN. Just never ends. $16 to split to 8. I need to factor in these as well. I mean, this is way overbuild anyway. Problem is I need to split it to here. See where the substation is. So I effectively need to move the substation. Breaking the world internet again. They like doing that. Man, no worky? It did work. I mean, I see Nightbot right there. See what Excel says. Hmm. The car base? Oh, not the car belt. Anything but the car belt. The car belt is actually a clever idea, it's just not practical. No car belt base. Bad, bad. Oh, you're out of range. What a car... Oh, you mean actual driving cars, none of this belted car crap. Can't believe Factorio got several updates devoted specifically to optimizing car belt bases. That's the thing that bothers me about the car belt base more than anything else. Is that they actually They actually spent time optimizing specifically for that one base. It was like one specific base that did it. No, it's just like I get it. It's a cool idea. Making all that noise just specifically for this one thing you want to do. Raise it KOS in our own Discord, do that stupid build. There was a KOS car belt build as well. I wasn't actually paying enough attention to see that. That's why I had internet every morning for 7 AM for 18 months. I'm impressed they actually went to the trouble of replacing the lines. Build a car seems stupid since you can't get the car content. No, it's kinda car built science. Oh. Yeah, you can't really access the car's inventory properly. Unless you have, like, I realised too that Exterminator did it with tanks, or he faked it with tanks. The tanks were actually chests. They slipped it in, Can and Hopewell slipped it in, and no one actually noticed that the tanks for the switcheroo were actually cars. But the funny thing is, the whole switcheroo thing was kind of dumb and redundant. It didn't actually do anything. I remember I played around with a version of the map and I was able to get the ore unload. Well, there's a few things, actually, I'll quantify it with this. There's a few things going on. So, also, on the topic of rocket fuel, I'm setting something up and I'm going to need to do further experimentation. Rocket fuel I always find difficult to balance, so I'm just going to have something to sync and see how it looks. I think that it doesn't matter if I lose the balance here. I'm going to pump this up to 6 as well. Which is a bit unusual for me. Oh, one of them only has 5. There. But because of the low stack density, just make do. So I'm going to do a bit of this. Hopefully, yeah, looks like the bots are bringing the crap. Oh, each. Doesn't really matter. Negative 12. Output each. And then just gotta wait for all this crap to arrive. As you can see, the bots are trying. They're trying. They're not succeeding. They're trying. I need robot ports along the way. I need like little these things because they're getting out to there and then yes, and dying. It's just a thing I need for construction. I'm gonna get clear this out once it's done. Just helping them out. Doesn't help that the build is needs transcontinental bots. Supercharge stations. Last build not following. Well, the build is one of those temporary permanent type things. This build is just to get rocket fuel going and so I can experiment with this build. Because I don't like my original idea. I had a plan in mind and then I was like, I don't like it. So I changed it. Anyway. Go to there. Oh, look who's backed up all the way up the line again. All the way up the line. Or steel. Steel. Can you believe I'm trying to run 12k off of a starter smelter, like a prototype smelter? It's not even actually not even using the real copper smelter yet. Still. I mean, I would like this copper patch to get out of the way. Even if I get these up and running, it's significantly better than what's available there. I'm going to run into serious problems before too long with... speed module the miners? They are speed moduled. That was one of the first ones I speed moduled. You're waiting on stone, aren't you still? Coal. I might add another coal train. Oh, speaking of, I think it's just arriving. There it is. Have I beaconed them too? They're sort of beaconed. Because they're surrounded by a build, the build which is covered in beacons. I'm actually kind of surprised the military hasn't done yet. Okay. Give me the stuff. Give me your stuff. Also 2 hours. So, after 2 hours we kind of have rocket fuel? Kinda, maybe? Sorta? Not really? And we kinda, sorta, maybe, but not really have control units? Train's not gonna have fuel? Why not? Copy the fuel. Which one exactly? You mean this one? The one with the fuel? Or do you mean the train that I just pasted? Which should have fuel. Yeah, it's got fuel. Researching artillery range 6 with all damage 7 off. Keystone. What's the mining productivity? Because I've actively been avoiding mining productivity. Why am I avoiding mining prod? So I can burn down the close patches much faster. So I want to burn down these patches that are in amongst the builds much quicker. If I have mining productivity, they go down slower. So yeah, I want to get rid of the patches on all of these continents first. So I'm avoiding mining productivity until they're done. And then I'll start doing it once I move out there. Because I'm going to start mining out here. Even once I'm up there. I mean, it's pretty much at the point where I can do mining productivity now. I think I've more or less got rid of most of the patches. Like, these are almost gone. That one's remaining. I was hoping to get rid of those, but apparently not. I might still be able to reinstate that one. Maybe this one. This one down here. It's a good iron patch. Yeah, I'm just trying to get rid of everything local, and the easiest way to do that is by not doing mining productivity. Hey, Amaru. I could have quite easily done that way. No mining prod on, setting water 0.001. Calm down, Satan. Or Colonel Will, whichever you prefer. Could be one and the same. It's just horrible, that is. It's just... that one. Dig. They ever launch a rocket on that? I don't know. I think they did in the end, because at the end of the day, you can brute force it if you're really determined. I think they were close to it. Have wood-powered trains. Dear. It'd be nice to get this up and running. The giant circuit sink that is control units. Should pace some trains down too. One, two, three, four. Oh yeah. As soon as I get the science rolling, the patches are just going to evaporate like crazy. You remember when the patches evaporated on the... You remember the 12k base and even the 3200 base before mining productivity? That place was just eating patches. Like crazy. I can use the space up here. Space up here is better used. There. Or better yet, let's lift it all the way up. And have useless underground on the output of a red circuit, which was... Useless underground on the output of the RC units. It was from when you build the build. Oh, you mean this one? There. All the way through. Yeah. There's probably a few on the end as well. Yeah, the worst part is, because I did that, I need to... For the sake of consistency, I need to move all these down one tile. There we go. All is right with the world again. Now this one goes into that bendy bit there. With that knowledge in mind, of things going in bendy bits, I can do the rest. Yep, and they all line up. The numbers add up. I'm out of belt. Then I go 1, 2, 3. Where's the rest? This. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they're up there. That's why. So much belt. It's a fair chunk of belt. Fair chunk of belt. I mean, if the goal of the exercise was to do the most optimal build, there would be a lot less built. Trouble is, doing the most optimal build is 100% less interesting. There's a massive setup. What are they making in that hunk of belts? Rocket control units. This is all... At least it was not a rocket this time. Or fire. Usually it's fire when I do that. Freehand has done the optimal build before. the optimal's all as easy after a while. I'm gonna go a bit inside outside. 2 or 3 wagon slots to be equipped with nukes. Maybe I'll do that for the... for everything that's blocked off on the wagon. I'll set it to nukes. Does it bother you that it doesn't line up? Bothers me enough to fix it. There we go. Oops. There's the gun again. I'm pressing buttons too fast now. Does it pick rocket silos? Because why would you want to slide a silo into a train? They're also... rocket silos tend to be things you don't have lying around, nominally. There we go. Control unit's input is done. There's another puddle of water there. Why you use... this is why you don't use the big... the landfill. You don't go meh to biggest like that. Yeah, use something like that. Then you don't get random tiles missing. That was terrible. That was slightly less terrible. Belted rocket silos? I mean, could do belted rocket silos. That would certainly be possible. Bye-bye cliffs. Here's one. The one that is distance of player placing ability. Yeah, that's normally what I do. Trouble is I was impatient. One of the silos on a belt? I mean, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. I just saw the pretzel page refresh and flicker and do stupid things. I assume it stopped again. As I feel like there's quite a few trains lined up here. If I actually get K rockets those per minute. It's supposed to be spiders per minute next. Thoughts on the new Bond film song? I'd actually seen that there was one. Admittedly, I just kind of stopped caring about James Bond for a while ago. kind of stopped caring. Right, you. Processing unit 1, processing unit 2. Add circuit. Paste that. Circuit unload. Now I hope I got them in the right order. I'm pretty sure it was right. Really like rocket silos. Rocket silo in your rocket silo. Load. Cargo. Unload. Empty. Load. Load. Full. Unload. Empty. A with E. Load. Full. So rocket control units. Empty. Next step is a copy it and add a second set. Getting only track. And trains. Yeah, you can launch any item that can go into a silo slot. Not quite done yet. Oh yeah. I don't remember which one I copied this one, that's why. I was like, did I copy the right one? Right, it's going to go one tile further out. Out there. Yeah. If that's right. Nope. Let's pop that down as a reference then. Get it right this time. There, across to there. There we go. Now it's right. Yeah, you can launch fish, you can launch tanks, cars, you can climb into the cars while it's launching. Anything you desire can be launched. Actually built? Yeah, you are built. I thought it was a ghost. A train, yeah. Blueprint book. If it exists in game, you can launch it. Launch the copy paste item tool. I imagine you could again, because as long as you can make it, can you if you can make it exist in the world, then you can. Yeah, because as long as it exists, as long as you can make it exist in an inventory, it can be launched. Incoming or outgoing? Make it exist, but I think it deletes itself as soon as you press Q. That's what I wasn't sure on. Because, like, there's a thing that's in your hand, but I think it's hard. The game, the suspicion I had was that the game is hard coded to handle that. Yeah, so I'll just put them on hold. Right, so that's the control unit input done. Control unit input is done. One downside is that low density structures will hold them up. There's a joke you launched a new cave, explains. Where the hell is it? There it is. Should probably fix that. Finish that. Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Huh. Stacker. I'll need one eventually, but this will act as one big long stacker. At least for now. Alright. Away with ye. Away with ye. Away with ye. And you'll have to wait till you get fuel. This thing's going to be under some work. There's an achievement for launching... Yeah, there is an achievement for launching a fish. Long round. Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. Yeah, good point. If I don't have the stacker, it's just going to log jam itself. This will be the hardest the blue circuits has ever actually worked. At 9,000 a minute. 10,000 a minute. Should get to like 12,000. Got to evaporate some greens. There you go, 12,000. We're at peak blues. What is the consumption? 185,000 green circuits a minute are being consumed right now. Yeah, this is quite the factory we got going on here. Keep in mind that is just basically just blue circuits at the minute. Like this should go up to like 400, 500,000 when it's fully running. Oh, our copper's almost done. Oh, you're done. Bye. One, two, three. What did I say? Well, it's not quite there. Alamber, hi, how far from actually produce? I'm up to rocket control units now. Actually have measurable progress to show for my efforts. Actually have some measurable progress finally. What are the two signals for the wire? Just to stop the trains going in. I don't want them going in yet. It's just a cheap way of saying no go. Thou shall not pass. Well, I guess this is getting demolished. After all that effort I went to building it. Sad times. Almost at the point where I could have just used regular track to bring the two up. I was actually thinking as well, the low density structures I might take off of that lane and make them peel down here and then join up with this lot. And then flip this around the other way. See, I was doing some experimentation there with a different stacker style. Not happy with it though. Okay, don't stand on the rails. Well, it's fine because there's no path yet. Oh, how close that track was. I was thinking it'd be faster placing a blueprint down. Pretty much. Pretty much. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 5. One more. And boop. And boop. Just trying to use the iron patch. Yep, again. Also, see, I'm standing at the top of a very tall cliff. Actually, let's do that. Well, it was a very tall cliff. I'm standing at the top of a very tall cliff. It's now flat land. You wouldn't even know there was a height differential. It's all flat. Just like real life. Yeah, so these will be holding up there's three. There's a lot of processing units right there. Fit them between. I could actually. How are we doing for circuits? 174,000. We're making 100,000, so it's only a 2-to-1 deficit there. Last lane missing entry. Yes. That would be embarrassing. Alright, I think right now is a good time to pause it up for a minute. Pause for a minute. And refill coffee and all that, and then we'll plug in the outputs, and then we'll start thinking about bringing it all home. We're getting closer to that rocket launch. It should be... might actually get there in the next 2 hours.